Hello, kids. Today we have a lovely book called Meet Ella, New Teacher. Let's get started. Meet Ella. Chapter 1. Meet Ella. She's 6 years old. Ella likes singing and playing hide and seek. Ella doesn't like loud chores or stinky perfumes. Today, Ella is at school. In class, she sits next to her best friend Zoe. She also sits next to Alexander. Ella's teacher is Miss King. Miss King is nice. She always smiles and says good morning to Ella. Zoe says Miss King smells like flowers. After lunch, Miss King lets the class do silent reading. Ella and Zoe sit on beanbags in the silent reading corner. I'm going to read this one, says Zoe. She picks up a book about a pirate cat. Zoe likes cats, and there is a cat wearing an eye patch on the cover. Ella giggles. I'm going to read this one. She shows Zoe a book about a superhero ballerina. Now, class, says Miss King, I'm going on holiday for the rest of the week. On holiday? Says Zoe. She looks at Ella. Yes, Zoe, that means that you will have a new teacher, says Miss King. Oh no, says Ella, a new teacher? It will just be for a few days, says Miss King. A few days, thinks Ella, but she likes having Miss King as her teacher. What if the new teacher isn't the same? Chapter 2. The next morning, Ella sits in class next to Zoe. Ella is nervous. Today is the day they meet their new teacher. I hope the new teacher is nice like Miss King, says Zoe. Me too, Ella says. Next to her, Alexander loudly chews a biscuit. Then a teacher walks into the classroom. She wears her hair in a band, and she has small glasses on her nose. She doesn't smile or say good morning. I am Mrs. Shui, says Mrs. Shui. She puts her things on Miss King's desk. Mrs. Shui then asks everyone their names. When everyone had said their names, Mrs. Shui says, let's start with maths skills. Maths? Ella whispers to Zoe. What about silent reading? Ella thinks. She wants to find out what happens to the superhero ballerina. During math skills, Mrs. Shoes walks around the classroom checking their work. Ella smells Mrs. Shoes' perfume and scrunches up her nose. She doesn't smell like flowers, Zoe whispers to Ella. Zoe is right. Mrs. Shoe isn't like Miss King at all. Could this day get any worse? Who can tell me what 5 plus 3 is? Mrs. Shoes asks. She looks around the room. Nobody puts their hand up. Ella knows the answer slowly. She raises her hand. Yes, says Mrs. Shoes. She points to Ella. 8, Ella says. That's correct. Thank you, Bella, says Mrs. Shoes. Bella. Chapter 3. At home, Ella goes to her room. She has finished her dinner, but she doesn't want to play hide and seek with her little sister, and she doesn't want to go to school tomorrow. She doesn't want to do anything. She slams her bedroom door. Then Ella's mom comes in. Ella, Mom said, did something happen at school today? The new teacher isn't the same, says Ella. She doesn't let us do silent reading. I see, says Mom. And she called me Bella, Ella says softly. Ella flops down on her bed. Why can't Miss King come back? She asks. Give Mrs. Shrew a chance, Mom says. You might have something in common. I don't think so, Ella says. She wears stinky perfume. It's only for a few days, says Mom. But a few days is too many days, Ella says. Miss King will be back before you know it, Mom says. Ella and Mom have a cuddle. Maybe we will do silent reading tomorrow, Ella thinks. Chapter 4. The next day, Ella's class practice their spelling. Mrs. Shrew walks around the classroom. As Ella carefully writes the letter G, her pencil breaks. She finds a new pencil in her shiny ballerina pencil case. Mrs. Shrew stops at Ella's desk. She looks at Ella's pencil case. Do you like ballet? Bella? Mrs. Shrew asks. Ella says quickly. Pardon? Says Mrs. Shrew. My name is Ella, says Ella, not Bella. Oh, I'm sorry, Ella, says Mrs. Shrew. Ella feels better. You know I like ballet, too, says Mrs. Shrew. Ella is shocked. Really? She says. Mrs. Shrew nods, and then she smiles. After lunch, Mrs. Shrew lets the class do silent reading. Mrs. Shrew likes ballet. Ella whispers to Zoe. Really? Zoe says. Well, guess what? She told me she has a cat. Ella and Zoe both had something in common with the new teacher. Maybe Mrs. Shrew isn't so bad, Ella thinks. Chapter 5. On Monday, Ella skips to school. She can't wait to see Zoe. She also wants to talk to Mrs. Shrew about ballet. Does she have a favorite pose? A favorite ballerina? Has she read the superhero ballerina book? Ella and Zoe walk into the classroom together. I brought this in to show Mrs. Shrew, Zoe says. It is a picture of Zoe's cat, Toast. Then a teacher walks into the classroom. It isn't Mrs. Shrew. It's Miss King. Miss King is back from her holiday. Ella completely forgot. The class is happy to see Miss King. She smiles and says good morning. Then Miss King tells everyone all about her holiday. She went to the beach and saw a dolphin. Ella is happy Miss King is her teacher again. But Ella is also a little sad. She didn't get to say goodbye to Mrs. Shrew. But maybe Miss King will go on holiday again, Ella thinks, and Mrs. Shrew might come back. Ella is glad she gave the new teacher a chance. Okay, kids, that's the end of today's book called Meet Ella, New Teacher. Hope you enjoyed this one. Have a good night. Bye.